Hi, today we'll be talking about the US student visas, the F1, student going in for the fall. We'll be covering up topics like the I-20, what you should look at the I-20, and once you get the I-20, what should be the process after that, how to schedule an appointment, and also what is the relevance of SEVIS fees, what documentation that you need to carry, and of course, how to crack the visa interview. So keep following us so that you can get more information on these topics. So the I-20 is primarily issued not only by the university, but also in sync with the Department of Homeland Security and the USCIS. So once you get the I-20, which is the final admission offer that you get from the US university, make sure that your name and your date of birth is correct. Look at the program details and also look at the issuance date and the expiry date of your I-20 and the program. Sometimes you may have applied for a program, but when you look at the I-20, it may show as a different program mentioned on that. So what happens is that the universities would have a drop down, and in that drop down, they have to choose a program which is closest to the program that you're actually going in for. So once you get the I-20, the next step is to start filling a visa form called DS-160. So the DS stands for Department of State. So now you have three major US departments working on your visa, which is the Department of Homeland Security, the US Immigration Services, and Department of State. So make sure that the information that you're mentioning on your DS-160 is absolutely correct. It's in sync with your passport and your I-20. So once you complete your DS-160, make sure to review it, and once you've reviewed it completely, only then go ahead and submit your DS-160. When you start your DS-160, it is valid for 30 days. During that 30 days, you can retrieve your DS-160, review it, and then finally submit it. But once you submit your DS-160, it stays in the system for 99 years. So that's the reason I keep stressing on saying that your DS-160 should be absolutely correct. After that, you have to go onto the ustraveldocs.com to create your profile and to pay the visa application fees. Even here, make sure that your details are mentioned absolutely correct, which are in sync with your passport and your I-20, because the name, your date of birth, your passport number, once when you fill it up, and your DS-160 number that you fill it up, you cannot change it. So make sure, be very careful while completing the process so that you don't mess it up. All right. So once you complete your process by paying the visa application fees, then you go to schedule two appointments. One is going to be for your fingerprinting, which is called the OFC or the VAC, and the other calendar would show up where you can schedule your appointment for the counselor appointment. There's a lot of buzz that there are no appointments available as of now, but be rest assured the embassy is also aware of the number of students going to the US, and they'll keep releasing the appointments periodically. So keep looking at the appointments, looking at the US travel docs. I'm sure you'll find one sooner. Usually, when a student start the process by mid-May or end of May, the embassy would start releasing a lot of appointments, which are going to be in thousands, right? So don't stress; the appointments would be available. So once you complete the process of filling your DS-160, paying your visa application fees, and then scheduling the appointment, then you should start collecting your financial papers. Now, these financial papers are going to be absolutely different from the documents that you sent for your admission. For the admission, they would require a balance certificate. However, when you're going in for a visa interview, the officers are looking at the financial strength of the family. As in, what are your parents doing? What is the annual income? What is the total savings investments? What is the property worth? All these would not only show that you've got social ties because your parents are sponsoring you, but also the financial ties of your family. Annual income is really important to show, because even if you take the savings and investments, they would have a regular income which is coming in. So make sure that you carry the tax returns, the salary slips, or any document to show that your parents have a regular annual income which is coming in. Savings and investments would include fixed deposits, shares, bonds, mutual funds. You can collect all those documents and carry them when you go in for the visa interview. Property papers would only indicate that your family is established here, right? So you don't have to get a valuation done, or you don't have to get a chartered engineer's report. You can just collect all your papers and carry, but you should know the numbers very carefully. So those are the documents required. When you go in for your visa interview, make sure that you're prepared for your visa interview. You must know what is the course content, what is the curriculum. the best way to crack the interview is to project your own story, not what you read online or what your friend went through an interview or your relative suggested. What are the answers? You got to figure out what are your strong points. Why are you going and studying in America? What kind of program that you've selected? Do you understand the relevance of that program with your career objectives, which is really, really crucial. So, if you look at this in a nutshell, if you understand your career objectives, your career goals, based on that, if you look at the industry, if you then look at the course content, the curriculum, which would really, really enhance your skill sets, right? And based on that, if you start looking and shortlisting the universities, the journey would become much smoother. So, in order to prepare for the visa interview, it is important to know your career goals, your career objectives. Based on that, look at the course content, the curriculum, and the subjects, and then, of course, the US education features, which is the teaching methodology, which is very practically designed. The curriculum is designed to match the industry requirements, so it becomes really relevant for a person to go and study in America. So those are the key points that one should remember. Even if you've taken an education loan, or even if you're getting 100% scholarship, it is still very important to carry the financial papers of your parents, because the officer's objective is to see the financial strength of your family, right? So what we're going to do is we'll keep posting series of information on US student visas, how to fill your DS 160, what are the documents required when you go in for the visa interview, how to crack the visa interview. In order to get this information, make sure that you subscribe us, make sure that you like us, and please leave a comment. Or if you need any more information, we would be more than happy to post our comments and answer your questions online. So please keep following it us. It also encourages. Thank you so much.